I wasn't looking for proof, just love. But there it was, a text from Lucas to someone named B. Miss you already. Same room. Same time. A hotel address underneath. My fingers trembled. I stared at the screen, reading it over and over like the words would somehow rearrange themselves. He walked in behind me. Hey babe, he said, tossing his keys onto the counter. I shoved my phone in my pocket. Hey. He kissed my cheek. You okay? Yeah. My voice didn't crack. I smiled like always. Work sucks, he said, pouring himself a drink. Clients are driving me insane. I nodded. Long day. The longest. He stretched like nothing was wrong. You good? Totally. My heart beat too fast. But my face didn't show it. Want me to order dinner? He asked. That'd be great. He scrolled through his phone, oblivious. I watched him, memorizing the curve of his jaw. The lazy way he smiled. Thai or Italian? He asked, surprised me. I walked to the bedroom, shut the door softly, and sat on the edge of the bed. I opened the text again. A kiss emoji. A hotel address. I laughed, quiet and bitter. Hey. Lucas called from the kitchen. Pad Thai okay? Perfect, I wiped my eyes and stood up. No tears, not now. When I came back out, he smiled at me like he hadn't just ripped the ground out from under me. We'll eat and then movie night? He said. Sure, I whispered. The food arrived. We sat side by side on the couch like we always did. He picked some dumb action movie. I didn't argue. Halfway through, he rested his head on my shoulder. Love you, he said. I froze. Love you too. The words tasted like ash. Later, lying next to him, I stared at the ceiling. His breathing evened out, peaceful like he hadn't just sent that text a few hours earlier. I counted the seconds between each of his breaths. 1, 2, 3. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shove him awake and ask, who the hell is B? But I didn't. Instead, I replayed everything, the late nights. I worked out the business trips, the moments he pulled away when I touched him, the times he said he was tired, or stressed, or just not in the mood. I closed my eyes, my chest tightened. Everything okay? He mumbled, still half asleep. Yeah. I said quickly, just thinking about what? Work stuff. I forced a laugh. Boring. He kissed my shoulder. Get some sleep, you too. He drifted off again. I stayed awake, staring at the shadows on the ceiling. My mind raced. How long had it been going on? Did Beth know? No. Beth would have told me, right? I laughed again, silent this time. Of course she wouldn't. I opened my phone under the covers, scrolling through his texts. The conversation with B was short, but familiar, casual, like this wasn't new. The hotel address. I copied it into my notes. Play along, I whispered to myself. My heart ached. But a new part of me, the cold part, started making lists in my head. Times, dates, excuses. I saved screenshots, made folders. The emotional breakdown started inside me, but it didn't show on my face. Not yet. I turned on my side, facing away from him. Good night. He murmured. Good night, I answered. But I didn't sleep. I planned. Beth. My best friend since college, my future maid of honor. I hadn't connected the dots until the selfie. Her Instagram story. A quick boomerang at some rooftop bar. Her phone case. The one I helped her pick out last fall. Her hand, on Lucas's chest. I stared at the screen for a full minute. Seriously, I whispered. I called her. 2 rings. Hey, you, her voice, all sunshine. Long time. No talk. Yeah. I said, steadying my breath. Been meaning to catch up. Same. Things have been crazy. Lunch tomorrow? Absolutely, our usual spot. Perfect. I hung up and stared at my reflection in the window. You're not crying? I told myself. Good. The next day, I arrived 5 minutes early, sat at the corner table, watched the door. Beth walked in wearing sunglasses too big for her face. Sorry. I'm late, she said, sliding into the seat across from me. No worries, I smiled. She pulled her shades off. God, work has been killing me. Still at the firm? I asked. Yep. She flagged down the waiter. I need caffeine before I die. I nodded. Rough week, the worst. Back-to-back meetings. And you know Greg always piling on last minute. I forced a laugh. Classic Greg. She scanned the menu like she hadn't ordered the same thing here for years. So? She said, resting her chin in her hand. How's the fiancé? Good, I said lightly. Busy. Always working. She smirked. That's Lucas for you? Yeah. She didn't blink, didn't flinch, nothing in her face changed. What about you? I asked. Stirring my coffee. Anyone special? She shrugged. Talking to a few people. Nothing serious. Liar. I smiled wider. That's fun. The waiter brought our food. She dug in like she hadn't eaten in days. I sipped my coffee, barely tasting it. Oh, she said, wiping her mouth. Your engagement photos. Stunning. Seriously. Thanks. The comments were insane. Everyone's obsessed with you two, I noticed. Her fork clinked against her plate. I mean, you've always been couple goals. I tilted my head. Have we? Duh. She laughed. If anyone's gonna make it's you guys. My throat burned, but I swallowed it down. Hope so, I said. She pulled out her phone. Hold on, let me show you this TikTok I found. Hilarious. I watched her scroll. Her nails. The same shade she wore in the selfie anyway, she said, pushing her phone toward me. This dog reminds me of you. I forced a laugh again. Adorable. We finished eating. She talked about work, about Greg, about her neighbor's new cat. Not a single mention of Lucas. Not one slip. As we stood to leave, she had me tight. Missed you. Me too. I stepped back. Let's do this again soon. Definitely. I walked to my car, sat behind the wheel, stared at my hands. She's good, I whispered. Really good. But not good enough. I pulled out my phone, opened notes. Next step, watch, wait. Plan. I smiled. She didn't deserve my tears, and I wasn't going to confront her. Not yet. I slid the AirTag into Lucas's gym bag the same morning. He kissed me goodbye. Don't wait up, he said, grabbing his keys. Wouldn't dream of it, I smiled once the door shut. I opened my laptop. Screenshots, photos, GPS pings. I saved everything in a folder labeled work. When the notifications rolled in hotel addresses, late night stops, I didn't cry. I took notes. I even made a fake profile, picture of some random brunette from Pinterest, name Emily. It took Lucas 5 messages before he flirted. By message 10, he was asking for a hotel meetup. I laughed when I read it. That night, I texted Micah. Hey, you free tomorrow? Need to talk, important. He replied within seconds, sure. Everything okay? Not even close. The next afternoon, I opened the door and there he stood, shifting awkwardly on my porch. Hey, he said, voice shaky. Thanks for inviting me. Come in. I stepped aside. He sat on the couch like it might swallow him whole. Tea, coffee? I asked. Tea's fine. I made us both chamomile. Set the mug in front of him. His hands trembled as he picked it up. So? He started, eyes darting around the room. What's this about? I sat across from him. I think they're cheating. His eyes widened. Wait, who? Beth, Lucas, his breath caught. No. No way. I opened the folder on my tablet, slid it across the coffee table, screenshots, dates, locations, text messages, hotel receipts. His fingers hovered above the screen, shaking. Oh my God, I've been collecting this for weeks. He scrolled slowly, blinking fast. That's her necklace. That's Lucas's car. Yep. He set the tablet down like it burned him. I can't believe this. I stayed quiet. Let him process. She told me she was working late. He whispered. Last Tuesday. She said she had a deadline. I nodded. Lucas said the same. His hands covered his face, shoulders shaking. I'm such an idiot. No, I said quickly. They're the idiots. Silence stretched between us. He pulled his hands away, eyes red and glossy. What? What do we even do? I leaned forward. Whatever we want, he blinked. At me, you're not mad? Oh? I'm mad, I said, smiling cold. I'm just focused. His lips parted like he wanted to say something but couldn't find the words. I picked up the tablet again. They think we're stupid, that we'll never find out. He nodded, swallowing hard. They don't deserve us, exactly. Another beat of silence. Finally, he whispered, let's ruin them together. I paused, staring at him. Are you sure? I asked. His laugh sounded bitter. I've never been more sure. I leaned back. Okay then. He wiped his face with his sleeve. What's the plan? We keep collecting screenshots, photos, anything we can use. He nodded. I'll check her phone bills, her mails if I can. Perfect. He looked at me, almost smiling. This is crazy. Yeah, I said, standing to grab my notebook. But so are they. I handed him a pen. Let's make a list, I said. And we did. Lucas proposed in the middle of a crowded restaurant. Flashy, loud, ridiculous. He got down on one knee, holding out the ring I basically picked out for him 2 months ago. Marry me? He grinned. People clapped. Someone recorded. I smiled like my heart wasn't breaking. Yes, I said. He slipped the ring on my finger. Kiss me like we were in some rom-com. Everyone cheered. My cheeks hurt from smiling. When I posted the photo later, the comments flooded in. Perfect couple. So happy for you two. Goals. I stared at Beth's username. Beth_loves_coffee liked your post. I almost threw my phone across the room. Instead, I opened messages. Me. Can we meet? Tomorrow, Micah replied immediately. Micah? Yes, name the time. We sat at my kitchen table the next afternoon, both of us drained and wide-eyed. He really proposed, Micah said, shaking his head like with a ring and everything. I held up my hand. Big rock, big lie. He snorted bitterly. What did you say? What do you think? I lifted my coffee cup. I said yes. Micah blinked. Wait, seriously? Yep. He stared at me. Why? I set the cup down. Because breaking up isn't enough. I want him to lose everything. Micah leaned back. You're intense. I smiled. You in or out? Oh. I'm in, he said quickly. 100%. Good. I pulled out my notebook. Engagement party. I said. 2 weeks from now. Private venue. Everyone important invited. Micah leaned over. What's the goal? I tapped the page. Exposure. Public unforgettable. He rubbed his hands together. What do you need me to do? Keep digging. Texts. Photos. Call logs. Anything new between them? He nodded. She's been weird lately, smiling at her phone, staying out late. I raised an eyebrow. And Lucas? Same. More business trips, more late-night gym sessions. I rolled my eyes, pathetic. Micah laughed quietly. This is dark, I shrugged. So is Betrayal. We spent hours building timelines, matching receipts to hotel check-ins, screenshots of texts, GPS pins, everywhere they've been. Together. Micah looked up from his phone. Do you think they suspect anything? I shook my head. Not a chance. He hesitated. Do you ever? I don't know. Feel bad? For them, I laughed. Not even a little. Micah smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Same. The night before the party, I stood in the middle of the venue with the event planner. Flower arrangements here, I pointed. Photo booth by the back wall. DJ near the bar. Lucas called while I was checking the lighting. Hey, babe, he said. Everything ready for tomorrow. Almost, I said sweetly. You're amazing. He said, seriously, best thing that's ever happened to me. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Love you too. After I hung up, I texted Micah. Me all set. Tomorrow, it ends. His reply came fast. Micah. Let's blow them up. I smiled. I wasn't nervous. I was ready. The night of the engagement party, I stood near the entrance, greeting guests like the perfect hostess. Congratulations, Sarah from work said, hugging me tight. Thank you. I smiled. Lucas moved through the crowd, shaking hands, laughing too loud. Beth arrived late. Red dress, lip gloss, not a trace of guilt on her face. Sorry, she said, giving me a quick hug. Traffic was insane. No worries, I said, handing her a small envelope. Just a little thank you for coming. She smiled. AWW. You didn't have to. I moved through the room, passing envelopes to everyone. Old college friends, co-workers, family. Open them now. I told people. Just something fun inside. Curious fingers tore them open. A ripple started near the bar. Screens lit up one by one. What's this? Someone said. Oh my God, someone gasped. I stood near the front, heart pounding but steady. Lucas froze mid-conversation. His phone buzzed. He pulled it out, scanned the QR code. The color drained from his face. But eyes widened. She fumbled for her phone. Her hands shook as she clicked the link. The video played on every screen. Lucas. Beth. Hotel rooms, kisses, laughter, timestamps, receipts, screenshots, late-night texts. I watched as people covered their mouths. Someone dropped a glass. It shattered. Lucas's champagne slipped from his hand, hitting the floor with a sharp crack. Beth swayed like she might faint. Gasps turned into murmurs. Phones lifted for photos, videos. People started recording their reactions. Is that? No. Wait, they did what? Lucas stumbled toward me. I can explain. I raised my hand. Don't. Beth stepped forward, face pale. This isn't what it looks like. I tilted my head. Really? Because it looks exactly like what it is. Micah stood near the back wall. Slow dash clapping. Heads turned toward him. He grinned. Bravo. Really. Top-tier performance from both. A view. Beth's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Lucas grabbed my arm. Please, let's talk. In private. I pulled away. We're done. Silence settled over the room. Then someone laughed, nervous, awkward. Then another person started clapping. I didn't stay to hear the rest. I walked straight out the front doors. Micah followed close behind. On the sidewalk, he caught up. You okay? For the first time in weeks, I said, smiling, really smiling. Yeah, I'm great. Lucas showed up at my apartment 2 days after the party. I opened the door just wide enough to see his face. Puffy, red, broken. Please, he whispered. I didn't answer, just turned and walked back inside. Left the door open if he wanted to beg. Let him do it on the kitchen floor like the liar he was. I stood by the sink, arms crossed. He dropped to his knees. I'm sorry, he choked out. I made a mistake. I stared at him. We can fix this, he said, crawling toward me. We can go to counseling. I'll do anything, I asked, voice flat. Yes. Just please, don't leave me. I tilted my head. You already broke it. His shoulders shook. It didn't mean anything. It was just fun. I cut in. His face crumbled. I love you. I laughed, cold, mean. You love the idea of me. Big difference. He reached for my hand. I stepped back. I'm done, I said. Get out. He didn't move at first. Just not there like some tragic movie scene. So I picked up my phone, okay? Okay. He scrambled up. I'm going. He paused at the door. Please, just think about it. I didn't answer. After he left, I texted Elena. Me, is the guest room still free? Elena, always. Bring wine. By sunset, I was unpacking in her spare room. She handed me a glass of red. How you holding up? I sank onto her couch. Weirdly. Good. No regrets, she asked. Not even close. Her smile was small but proud. Took you long enough. That night, I slept better than I had in months. The next morning, I blocked this number without hesitation. 2 days later, Lucas posted a sad selfie, red eyes. Captionless, comments off. I almost laughed. By the end of the week, I heard from an old coworker. Hey, did you hear? Lucas got let go. Something about client complaints. I smiled into my coffee cup. The anonymous HR file I sent, full of screenshots, text logs, and time-stamped absences. His company's biggest client, my employer. Funny how that worked out. When Micah called later asking if I felt guilty, I answered honestly. Nope, I said. Not even a little. Testing, okay, let's do this. I hit record. Welcome back to the long game. Today, I'm telling the whole story. My voice didn't shake. Not this time. I kept it simple, honest. No names, just facts, feelings, mistakes. Lessons. When I finished, I clicked upload. My phone buzzed within minutes. New email. Subject, thank you. New DM, you told my story too. Another DM, I needed this today. I scrolled through dozens of messages. Micah texted first. Micah, you dropped a bomb, huh? I laughed, typing back. Me, apparently. Micah, proud of you. Me, thanks. How's life? Micah, better. But's losing it on socials again. Another cryptic breakup post. I shook my head. Me, some people never change. Micah, not our problem anymore. Exactly. I whispered. Elena walked in holding coffee. More fan mail. Kind of, I grinned. She sat beside me. How's it feel? Good, I said. Weird, but good. I opened another DM. Stranger, you're giving people hope. Don't stop. Micah sent a meme. Beth screaming into a void. I snorted. He's ridiculous. Elena raised an eyebrow. Micah again. Yeah. You to ever? Nope. Strictly revenge buddies turned meme friends. She laughed. Healthy. Lucas's name popped into my head. I pushed it right back out. Someone mentioned he started therapy. Someone else said he quit drinking. Good for him. I didn't care. This wasn't about him anymore. This was mine now. My voice, my story. I opened a new document. Title. He cheated. I played along. Then I took everything. And I started typing. My phone buzzed. Subject. Can we talk? Lucas. I didn't open it. Just stared at the notification for a second. Then archived it. No more rereading. No more wondering. I grabbed my bag and headed to the cafe down the street. Elena was already there. Waving me over. Big day? She asked. Very, I said, sliding into the seat across from her. You nervous? She pushed a muffin toward me. I shook my head. Not really. More. Ready? She grinned. Do it. I pulled out my laptop, opened the document. One last look at the title. He cheated. I played along. Then I took everything, okay? I whispered to myself. Here goes. I hit upload. Submission confirmed. Elena clapped softly. Proud of you, I smiled. Thanks. My phone buzzed again. Another email from Lucas. Same subject. I locked the screen. Want me to block him for you? Elena teased. No need, I said. He's already irrelevant. We laughed. Honestly, I said, sipping my coffee. I don't even hate him anymore. That's growth. It's not even about him. Not now. It's about you. She said. I nodded. Me choosing me. Micah texted. Micah, finished your latest podcast episode. Legendary. I grinned. Elena peeked at my phone. Micah again. He's my biggest hype man. He should be. I glanced outside at the people walking past, busy with their own lives. You? No, I said. I used to think closure meant getting an apology. And now I know closure is just choosing to stop waiting. She raised her cup to stopping. I lifted mine to starting. We clinked glasses. And just like that, it felt done, not because Lucas was gone, but because I'd finally decided I was enough.